All right, guys, welcome to another live stream on the J-Ride Flips. Hold on, I hope you guys heard that. I had a microphone that I was shooting a video on, so you may not have heard the first 15 seconds, so I'll just do that again. Welcome to another random live stream where we talk about eBay reselling. My name is Jake Ryder. I go by J-Ride Flips. If you guys have any questions about eBay, business in general, or my personal life, go ahead and ask them in the comment section, and I'd be happy to answer any question that you guys have. I wanted to talk a little bit about how eBay rewards progression. So, as many of you guys may know, I've only been selling on eBay for about 20 months. And 20 months ago, I really sucked at this. 4 months later, I still kind of sucked at it. But 4 months into this journey, I was better at eBay than I was at the beginning. And then 8 months after that, at my year mark, I was significantly better than I was when I first started. And I'd say today at 20 months, I'm better than I was at a year. And I'd still say I'm not the best eBay reseller in the world. I make mistakes all the time. Sometimes I don't practice what I preach 100% to a T. Sometimes I don't use all the measurements that I tell you guys to use in your clothing photos. Sometimes I don't do 100% the exact right title structure. I'll do a title structure that I know is good enough to sell, but I'm just getting better and better over time. eBay is recognizing that, and they're rewarding me with more traffic. They're rewarding me with more premium traffic and with more premium customers every single day, every single week, every single month, only because I continue to work every single day. I'm comfortable with my mistakes and my shortcomings, and I just want to be better and better. And who knows what I'll be doing 2 years from now, 10 years from now, and 20 years from now, as long as I keep improving. And that's what I want to get across to you guys. A lot of people say, man, I just don't like where I'm at. And I'm not even talking about eBay, but we can. A lot of people are like, man, I wish I was selling more, or I wish I was able to list quicker, or I wish I was able to find better items. And I just don't like where I'm at right now. And I just like to tell those people, just imagine doing the best possible that you can and just doing that every single day. Watch what happens in 100 days, in 365 days. Watch what happens in a year. I had a lot of friends growing up that had insecurities, that had some depression, had some anxiety. Some of my friends would come to me for advice, and they'd say they just don't like where they are right now. And I would just tell them, just imagine what would happen if you just do what you know you're supposed to do every day for 1,000 days. You'll look back that 3 years later and thank yourself for holding on today and being better today and being better tomorrow. eBay is the exact same way. They want to give us better traffic if we are getting better. If we're getting worse, our traffic is going to get worse. If we're getting better, our traffic is only going to get better. I really hope that makes sense, because not only from an algorithmic standpoint, but also from a logical standpoint, the better you do, the better traffic you're going to get, the better sales you're going to get, the better attitude you're going to have in your home. When you're selling, you're having a better time. When you're not selling, you're not having the best time. So I encourage you guys to just progress every single day, to just get a little bit better. And man, I'm kind of rambling today, but I kind of like to think of life as like a stock. You don't have to be going up every single day. Stocks trade up and then they come down. And they go back up and then they come down. But if it's a good stock, it has bad days, it has bad weeks. Sometimes the whole stock market has a bad decade, which is wild. But stocks always come back up if it's a quality company that tries to better itself every single day. It's okay to have a bad day. It's okay to have a bad week. But it's not okay to accept that and to not get better after that. So it's okay if you feel like you're not progressing right now. Just keep doing the things that you know you should do, and your stock will start to go back up. I find that so encouraging that I'm only 20 months into this and I can already see a huge improvement in these 20 months. There's nothing wrong with making mistakes. There's like you guys are here on this journey with me. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't be afraid to have setbacks. Just keep pushing through those walls. 1,000 days from now, a year from now, a decade from now, you're going to be surprised at the person you are because you decided to do the small things every single day. So, rant over. If you guys want to continue to talk about that topic, let me know, but we can hop into some eBay questions and get things going. Also, I just have a quick channel announcement. It's been my dream for a long time to host a podcast. I used to tell people in high school that when I'm older, I'm going to host the Tonight Show. It's going to be the Tonight Show with Jake Ryder. That would have been awesome, but realized that that actually wasn't the path that I wanted to take. But I always knew somehow I would start a podcast. I didn't know that it would be on YouTube, and I did not know that I would be talking about eBay reselling. But I just finished the recording, and I will be posting it tomorrow night, and that will be for all YouTube channel supporters. So I'm going to continue to pump out as much free content as I can. You guys know I'm doing lives multiple times a week, and I'm doing videos almost every single day, which some people call me crazy for, but hey. But the podcast is really just more in-depth, longer explanations of the free content that I'm already giving. There's no need to sign up for it if you don't want to. All it is if you sign up to be a member of the group, which you can in the description below, any membership gets you access to the podcast, whether it's the $3 a month, the $5. We have 10 members already without even launching the first podcast that I'm super excited about. So enough of that. I know a lot of you guys are probably going to click away, but I just really appreciate this dream that you guys are allowing me to to go down, and that is to have a podcast. So if any of you guys want to sign up, the link is below. The first podcast is going out tomorrow, and I hope to continue to keep giving you guys extreme value in every single live, every single video, and every single podcast. So Flip for Profit says, afternoon. Hey, thank you so much. Thanks for coming out. You were the first comment. Congratulations. Heaven Sent Smoking Channel says, what up, J-Rad? Hey, happy to see you guys here. Thank you so much. I'm having a really hard time selling my stuff on eBay. Yeah, if you want to ask some specific questions, I'd love to be able to help you out from a motivational standpoint. Just keep going. I promise if you just keep learning, like we were talking about earlier, if you just keep improving every single day, then you'll get better at this and you'll sell more items. Hi, Christopher Nutter. I follow you on Instagram. You do a lot of good little tips and tricks and little videos of things that you're selling on Instagram, and I really enjoy seeing them in my feed all the time. So keep that up. How did you learn everything you know about YouTube videos? So I watch a lot of Gary Vaynerchuk, Gary V. I watch a lot of Mr. Beast. I watch a lot of Think Media and a lot of vidIQ. I think it's really important to be a student of whatever you're doing, whether that's eBay, whether that's YouTube, whether that's stock trading, whether that's being a great mother or father or husband, whether that's being the best church member you can be, whether that's being the best basketball player or door-to-door salesman. I think that you should be a student always. And so I'm constantly just trying to learn how to get better and better at YouTube, how to get better and better at eBay, and how to get better and better at life. So I attribute learning everything about YouTube that I know today, which is very small, to being humble and listening to people that are better at it than me and applying the things that they teach. Texas Lady, who is a member, a supporter of the channel, gives me a thumbs up. Hey, thank you so much for being here, Texas Lady. You're awesome. She has a really cool story that she's shared on the live here once or twice. Very inspiring. Thanks so much for being here. Andy says, yo, going to the post office, hopefully with a ton of packages. Good job, man. Love heading to the post office with a big old sack of goodies for our eBay buyers. I just hopped on, so I don't know what you've already talked about, but I wanted to ask you, how do you store all of your stuff? Yeah, so I haven't made a specific video on that yet. It's kind of sprinkled in to my channel here and there, but I'll do a dedicated video on it. So I'm sitting in a room, in office space. I think, so I live in a three bedroom home, And I think this was designed to be kind of like a nursery. So like this is like a smaller bedroom. And I'd say it's about 260 square feet. So I store a few of my clothing items just in this closet. And then I have a 2-car garage right here on the left of me that I have all of my items. I have huge Husky racks because I sell everything. So I have receivers and printers on that. And then I also have a ton of other, I'll show you guys in a dedicated video my setup. But I just have that 2-car garage with all those shelves that I have all my products on. Then I also have a skewed inventory system, SQU, where I have all my items set up to where I can find them in seconds when they sell. Grandkids galore. Sounds like a grandma. Love to hear it. She says, new here. Someone mentioned you today and I've never heard of you. I love learning. Hey, if you love learning, I really hope this is a place that you can do that. If you remember, do you know where you heard about me? It'd be awesome. I'm a numbers and analytics guy, so I'd love to hear how you heard about me and how you got here. But yeah, hope you learn a lot here. I'm going to try to provide as much value as I can. Hey, J-Rad, I have like 1,000 more items than you in my store, but my 90-day total is 20K less. What could the reason be? That's a very tough question to answer. You could just be selling items that sell less than mine. My titles could be more optimized than yours. I could have better shipping and return and business policies than yours. There's a ton of things that could be affecting your channel, and that's why I and many others have made YouTube channels about eBay reselling content, because there's just so many aspects of eBay that you can improve to get more sales. Christopher Nutter says, when I started eBay, did not have all these tools they offer now. So much harder grind to get sales consistently. Yep, that's actually the topic of the first podcast that's launching tomorrow. I talk about why eBay reselling is easier and or harder than it used to be. And one of the things that I talked about that is making it easier and harder at the same time is that eBay is continuously evolving and adapting. And things that were working 5 years ago may not work today. And things that work today may not work even 5 months from now. So we got to stay on top of the ever-changing beast that is eBay. Sorry, guys, I got a few notifications coming up on my computer here. John D, recognizable name. I see you here in my lives a lot. Thank you for always coming. John D says, hey, Jake, been having a rough week, but kept on keeping on. How things have been going well? Have things been going well for you? Yeah, slower week for me as well. I just recently got off an experiment of listing inconsistently for 2 weeks, and I am definitely feeling it. So, yeah, the smallest amount of English here. I am about to receive tonight my smallest eBay payout in over a year. So that's how it's going for me. I listed inconsistently on purpose to see what would happen, and I got the result that I was looking for, and I will never list inconsistently again. Flipping for profit was answering. Awesome. Do you have FBM or FBA? So I don't personally sell on what's it called? On Amazon. I only do eBay, but I do have it's called an influencer Amazon associates page where I just have affiliate links for other people's products, and I make 1 to 4% on those sales, but I don't sell anything on Amazon. Hey, hi, howdy. Hey, Jedi Joe left some really cool comments on my latest video that I just posted today. Thank you so much for those, and thanks for coming out. I'm gonna resell it as a really cool YouTuber. He's also a supporter of the channel, so good to see you out here. Hope you like the podcast tomorrow. He says, what's up, Jake? Just stopping by in and showing some love. Hey, thank you so much. Lauren says, love your videos from the UK. Man, I love the reselling atmosphere in the UK. You guys are awesome. 20 months, really nice work. I've been selling on eBay since 1997. Wow, that is a true vet right there. Yeah, veteran. I have been born. I've only been around 2 years longer for my whole life than you have been selling on eBay. I was born with eBay on 1995. So you got into the game very, very early. And I'm sure the landscape looks completely different today than it did back then. Texas Lady says, awesome. I know the podcast will be great. No doubt about it. Hey, thank you so much, Texas Lady. I love the words of encouragement. If the sold is higher, I'm not sure what you're asking there. Do you do any cross listing? So I've been really contemplating it. I want to be like, my goal is to be the YouTuber that provides absolutely the most value that you can find on eBay reselling content on YouTube. And I know that a lot of people do cross listing. So I'm actually really considering doing some cross listing to see what it's like. And so I can give some tips and best practices on that as well. So I can truly tell you if it's better to or better not to. I never have, just because I think it would be really clunky to have to delist over here on Poshmark because I sold it on eBay, and then delist on eBay because I sold something on Mercari, and then maybe I forget to delist something that sold on Poshmark, and now it's sold on eBay. Now I have a defect on my account. Also, I feel like you'd be on your phone all day long. If you know, I feel like cross listing, if you're listing less than 10 items per day and selling less than 10 items per day, I think that it would probably be very optimal. But once you're selling dozens of items a day, I think you would start running into some issues. But I can't speak on that yet. But I think I'm going to definitely start doing some cross listing so I can provide more relatable content here on YouTube. John D says that I see that for some brands, the proper title based on words people are searching them by is brand, men's, women's, type, size, and other brands, brand, size, type. How does this match your video? Yeah. So the video that I just released today is a really good foundation that works for me, and I know can work for anyone that sells on eBay. And then it's our responsibilities as resellers to do the research necessary to understand how our buyers are searching items. In a nutshell, you want your listing to be as close to how someone would search for an item as possible. So there are some brands that people search men's before they search shirt. There's some brands that people search size before they search for what the item actually is, or even the brand. But as a base case, the majority of people type in brand, and then they type in shirt, and then eBay automatically fills in men's because they have data on you. They know that you're a man, or they have data on you and they know that you're a woman. So the average person types in Tommy Bahama shirt, and then what auto populates for you to click on is men's, and then you click on that. And so, but yeah, it's a good foundation to work from, and then it's our responsibility to understand within every niche, every brand, every buyer's mind what the best title is. Tom says, I got sucked in by the title. eBay rewards. Someone catch me up. Yeah, eBay rewards you with more traffic if you continue to improve every single day on the platform. If you want better results, then you need to become a better person, a better reseller, a better sourcer, a better lister, a better title structure mechanic. If you want more rewards, better results, then you need to become the person that is deserving of them. Bethany Stover says, tell me how you keep up with what is where. Like, do you put in the description, or where do you keep track of where things are? Yeah, so I have an inventory system that I have all my products marked. And so like remotes, for example, I have 478 remotes right now. And when they sell, it'll say R142 has sold. And so then I just have them all in numeric order. And I go pick up 142, and then I ship it off. And I have that for all of the items in my store. I'm definitely interested in a video of how you do your SKUs so you know where things are. I think store just one of my issues at the moment. Yeah. So the smaller you are, the less of a problem it is. The bigger of a seller you are, the bigger of a problem it gets. And so it's really important to implement a SKU system, especially if you plan on growing on eBay in the future. Vanessa says, do you do free shipping or customer pays for shipping? I'm in the mix. I don't know if I should go and do free shipping. I've tried it and oh, wow, it's expensive. Yeah, so it's important to do what's best for you and your business. I actually have a video if you want to check it out right now or after the stream called Stop Using Free Shipping on eBay. I'm an advocate for charging shipping. I also have a video on how to do calculated shipping, and I have a separate video on how to do flat rate shipping. So if you want to check those out right now or after the stream, that's where I would point you in the direction of. Vanessa, he mentioned it in a previous video. He does calculated or flat rate. Yep, there you go. Tom says, I see a lot of YouTube resellers do the same. I offer free and build it into my price. Don't ask me why. I just find it easier and faster to get my listings up. Yeah, if that works for your business, there's no reason why you shouldn't do it. There's just a few reasons why I don't do it, and I go over those in the video. Jennifer says, hi, I'm new to the business. Welcome. I'm in the process of learning so that I can soon sell my first item. Your videos have been a huge help. Hey, thank you so much, Jennifer. I love hearing that. And I really hope that your first sale comes sooner rather than later. And I hope that multiple sales start really rolling in for you. Rocky Mountain Reseller. Looks like he's having a conversation with Christopher Nutter. Correct. Started on eBay in 1999. Getting pictures on the listing. Very time consuming. There wasn't buy it now option. A lot of people paid with money orders, cash, or checks. Yeah, so that just sounds like a big old headache to me. I'm really glad that eBay is in the state that it currently is now because, man, money orders, cash, checks, online, having to upload your photos at a CVS or a Walgreens, man, sounds terrifying. If you have a return, what you paid is part of the refund. Okay, having some conversations back and forth. All right. How do you recover from being sick and just out? Last 2 days, I've been bedridden for the most part, was able to ship items sold, but 0 listings. The draft bank comes in clutch. I'm going to do a video dedicated to what is a draft bank and how to build it. But if you have a draft bank, it doesn't matter if you get sick or have to have a surgery or miss multiple days or go on a vacation because you have a draft bank or scheduled listings that take care of that for you so you can maintain ultimate consistency. Christopher Nutter started in 2015. Nice. I've been having some consistent 200 plus days in sales. Congratulations. When I used to be around 40 to 60, just cannot seem to get to the next level. It is frustrating. Yeah, so I think business is just kind of designed. A lot of times we hear that business is exponential, which in most cases it is year over year. But for example, I'm definitely not complaining about my YouTube channel whatsoever. Let me make that clear. Like, I am super grateful to be in the position that I am to already have 5,000 subscribers. This is awesome. But like, to get from 0 to 100 took like 11 days. And then to get from 100 to 5,000 only took 11 days. About 15 days, 10 to 15 days. And now to get from 5,000 to my next goal, it's taking significantly longer, and it's quote unquote frustrating. So I think it's important to understand that yes, year over year, business is typically exponential, but day to day, week to week, month to month, sometimes it's not going to move as fast as we'd like it, even if we're putting the work in to get those results. Sometimes we just got to be patient, do the things we know we need to do every day, and the growth will come. Tom says, well, I also offer free returns, so don't know if it applies for the profit. Really haven't seen any increase in returns there, all for me. Yep. I also offer free returns as well. I've been selling on eBay off and on for over 23 years, and yes, so much has changed over the years. I remember when auction format was the hottest thing, and then they came up with sell it now, LOL. Yeah, I remember being a younger kid hearing about eBay. this older kid that I really looked up to. He said that he would buy basketball cards on eBay all the time, so he'd kind of tell me what it was all about. And I had no idea that I would be selling on eBay in the future, so I wish I would have listened to him a little bit more. But yeah, it's definitely changed. It used to be auction only, and yeah, definitely have some huge changes have come eBay's way. Bethany says, I think if you list perfectly, you do not have to delist if it's sold on a different platform. So according to my understanding, if it sells on another platform, it stays up on eBay. I could be wrong. It could have advanced already by then. And if that's true, then holy cow, like relisting sounds even awesome, way better. So I'll have to check that out. But unfortunately, I don't think you're right about that. I think you have to manually delist it from your other platforms. Because if you only have one shirt, if you only have one Travis Matthews black shirt with this gray bars, and it's listed on 3 platforms and it sells on one, you have to go take it off the other 2. That one guy, be honored to support you once your customized tote bags come out. Yep. Utah seems fantastic. Did you ever go through an identity crisis with other people and judgment with the career change? Yeah. So I said in another live that I want to, the IKEA bags that we all shop with, I want to make my own, and sell them to you guys. I think it'd be a really cool opportunity. So yeah, keep a lookout for those. That's probably going to be in the kind of later in the future, but it's coming. Did you ever go through an identity crisis with other people and judgment with the career change? So I didn't. I know that that's something that people really struggle with. I'm super blessed to have a wife that is just so supportive of all of my dreams, all of my decisions. She knows that I would never do anything to derail myself or her or our family. So I always have that support. Some people do, like, I don't even know if my friends or if other people like don't take me seriously because I really don't care. That's a rare trait in me, which I understand that most people don't have. So I've never experienced like feeling like discouraged or insecure that other people might not agree with what I do or think I'm stupid or think that I'm doing things wrong. I just honestly really don't care, which is a blessing when it comes to being an entrepreneur. But I know it's a really hard thing for some people to get over. And I encourage people to try to build as much self-confidence as you can. I guess I'm going off into a little rant here. But society has kind of taught us that being proud of yourself is cocky and undesirable, or saying that you think you are beautiful or handsome is a negative thing. And that is not a negative in the slightest. It is a very positive thing. It's a thing that I wish more people had, was self-confidence and belief in themselves. Because for some reason, if I compliment another person, I'm viewed as a great person who compliments others. But if you compliment yourself, somehow you've suddenly become a bad, cocky person. And I think that is not a great aspect of our society. So I encourage you guys to really look inward, become your best self, and be proud of that best self that you're becoming. A lot of people clicked away during that rant. That's just unfortunately part of the metrics of our society. But be the best person you can be and be proud of that person that you are and that you're becoming. People are having a conversation back and forth in chat. Love to see it. Vanessa says, I'm doing both Amazon, FBM, and FBA and eBay. And I will say it's very hard to keep up with inventory, making sure I move my numbers. Yeah. So I'm under the umbrella that if you chase 2 rabbits, they both get away. I've fallen victim to that my whole life. I love to do multiple different projects and multiple different avenues my whole life. And when I just focus on 1 or 2, I do a lot better than when I'm focusing on 5 or 8 or 10. Let's see. Fantastic service and good quality items are key. Yep. Yeah. If you have the best service and the best quality items, you're going to make the best money. People are having conversations in the chat. I'm having trouble finding my 10 items a day. Do you buy lower end shirts to meet your listing goals, even though they sell for less? No, because usually lower end stuff sells extremely slow, especially shirts. Nicer shirts sell really slow. I'm an everything seller, so I sell a ton of stuff. So I pick up a lot of electronics that have like a 10-day sell-through rate. So for people in the for the used clothing industry, like 60 days is super fast, 90 days is decently fast or normal. And that's like really slow. And so when you're picking up lower end shirts that sell in 180 days, in a year, in 2 years, it just kind of clogs up your store and kind of leaves you with a mess. So you actually end up making less money and doing more work for less money. So I would recommend, if you have to, I would recommend driving further and getting more items. And then my second recommendation would be actually decrease your listings. So that way you're only pumping in quality items to your store that have the faster sell through. And if you're only selling shirts that have like a 90 to a 120 day sell through rate, that's fine too. But once you start creeping up into the 6 months, 9 months, 1 year, 2 years, that's not a business model that I'm a fan of, but I know a lot of people have success in it. So you just got to do what's best for you. It's garage sale season. I have more inventory than I can keep up with. Hit the ground running every weekend. You'll find what you're looking for. Exactly. Just gotta drive a little further if you want more items. Vanessa's really having some conversations. Brad, if you get 70 items a week, try with 5 a day for a while, then move up slowly. That's good advice as well. But you guys are really having a in-depth conversation with each other here. That's correct. It's a pain. Even with List Perfectly, you have to manually pull your listings, but you can do it all through List Perfectly. So you can do it all at once. Yeah, if you can truly delist through List Perfectly, or if it does it automatically for you when things sell, then I'm definitely interested in that. I'll have to check that out for sure. I was using calculated shipping until your last video about your rates and realized that I was making a huge mistake, changed everything up and started making more sales within a few days. Thank you. Man, I love to hear that. That's why I'm here on YouTube. I love to help other people. So that's awesome. Flat rate shipping can greatly expand your business if done correctly. And there's a lot of resources that teach how to do that correctly. And I'm really honored that one of my videos ended up being one of those resources for you and hopefully for other people. So thank you so much for that comment. That really makes me feel good. Bella Resale says, so grateful I caught a live. I know you always comment on the videos after they're posted that you're upset that you missed them. I appreciate that so much. You have no idea. That's so awesome. Thanks for being here. Tom says, I had an item that I was selling through both Amazon and eBay. My eBay margins were significantly higher. Yep, eBay, typically your margins are higher. And then Amazon, if you can break through a ceiling, your sales are quicker. So, but you're going to make more money if you put more time into one thing than if you split it between multiple things, in my opinion. Careful with pride. Yep, definitely. I've struggled with pride my whole life, and I'm working every day to be a more humble person. Hopefully, I really hope that one day I'm known as a humble guy, but definitely not there yet. Still working on it. Mike says, I have been doing hard goods on eBay and clothing on whatnot. Thanks for all the content. You guys hear that whining? That's my puppy dog. Come here, Scout. Come here, puppy. Oh my goodness, dog. Just listening to your shows, you are... Holy cow, puppy. My dog is really excited to see everybody. Say hi, Scout. Hi, puppy dog. Just listening to your shows, you are a humble traits or personality, you could say, which is hard to come by in the community. Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm working on it. You corrected, have humble traits. Thank you so much. I'm really working on that every day. Where do you stop? I can't stop taking my profits and increasing my inventory size. I also work full time, so I don't rely on the eBay money. But how many items do you stop at? That's a very, very individual question. It's different for everybody, and it depends on how much energy you have, how much time you'd like to spend with family, how much time you spend at work, and all those other things. But it's just important to find that number. I thought that I was going to keep growing and growing and growing. Right now I'm at 2,100, and I think I'm going to level off at about 3,000. But if you would have asked me that question 6 months ago, I would have said probably 7,000. So, but we'll see. I may get to 7,000. I may reduce my store down to 1,500 or 2,000. We'll just have to see what's popping. 68 people and only 3 likes. Hey, that's all right. It happens. There's 69 people currently, and it looks like on StreamYard I can't even see how many likes are. Hey, Scout, you got to relax, puppy. Daddy's trying to work to provide a luxurious lifestyle for you. If you really want to win with money, you just need to get your arms around a handful of simple, repeatable concepts. Exactly. Just milk the cow until she gives no suck is what I've heard. Also, it's important to save and invest at least 10% of your income. And then your dollars will start to pay you more dollars while you sleep. Jake, been busy and haven't been able to catch a live lately. Hey, no worries, Duckman. I know you come to a lot of them. I really appreciate it. Jay says, I try to track my type of items that go to the opposite coast and list them with calculated because I have been burned on shipping too many times. Yep, exactly. So the way that I set up my flat rate shipping is to where I never get burned. That's just understanding the shipping rates. And then on calculated, I typically make money every time I send an item out. A lot of people are saying hi. Nice dog. Yeah, Scout's the best, even though she's being super whiny right now. I have a LaserJet printer, really interested in a label printer, seems a lot more efficient. Yeah, I have that in my Amazon store if you ever do decide to purchase one. I have the wired Rolo. It works really well. I sell anywhere from 15 to 30 items a day, and it's worked really well for me. I've already shipped out a few thousand items with it, and I've never had too many problems with it. Mike says, smash the likes. Hey, thank you so much, Mike. And with that, we don't have any other questions. So if you guys want the live to keep going, you guys can go ahead and ask some more questions. I'm planning on going for at least another 22 and a half minutes. That would make it an hour. If you guys want to go ahead and stop the live a little earlier than normal, we can do that. Or you guys can go ahead and ask some questions and we can dive into them. The Ninja Picker says, hi, Jake. Any thoughts on the upcoming changes to USPS parcel post? I'm pretty excited about it. It looks like prices for like the first time are coming down overall. Don't get used to that. Prices will continue to increase over time, but I'm pretty excited about it. I think it's going to create some more opportunities, and it's obviously going to create some more video opportunities for me. So I'm going to do some research about it, make sure I'll try to be ahead of the curve and make some videos about it so you guys are up to date on it as well. But I think it's a positive thing overall. Still don't have too many questions. So if you guys want to keep asking some questions, we'll get to them. Sublime90 says, I just bought a printer label a month ago. It's the best thing I've bought. Yeah, it can be a game changer. I really like the thermal printer. It's pretty nice. Want to waste $5,000 a year, spend $13.70 per day on useless things. Oh, yeah. A lot of people, that's a tough thing to hear. You think, oh, $13 isn't much. But if you do that every day for 1 year, just once, that's $5,000 a year. A lot of people wake up and have a $9 Starbucks, and then they spend $20 on their lunch break. And now you've just doubled that to $10,000 a year just with those two simple habits. So it's important to limit, because a lot of people are like, oh man, I'm struggling. I have no money. It's like, well, you have a smartphone, Netflix, and Starbucks every morning. So you buying Wimby cards? Yeah, I sure am. I really enjoy basketball and collecting basketball cards. I'm not going to buy any of them to flip them. I currently have 25,000 basketball cards, and I'm trying to reduce that down to just 200 to have a PC, a personal collection. And I'll add a couple Wemby cards to that collection. Tom says, can you be more specific on where you put the item location in your listing? I feel like I'm spending too much time opening my listings and looking for where my product is. I use my phone in my garage. Yeah, so at the bottom of the item specifics, there's a location called, I can't remember exactly the verbiage they use, but I think it's called custom SKU. So on the custom SKU, I type in the number that I have associated with the item, and then it says your item sold. And then as part of that little notification on your phone, when you're shipping your items, it tells you the custom SKU number so you can go right to it. I hope that answered your question. It made sense. Got to run, time to list. Hey, have a good day. Kill it. Make some money. Flip for profit. Thanks for coming out. Thanks. Hey, of course. Do you think the ground advantage will be faster or slower shipping speed? I think it's going to be slower, because if I send something from Utah to New York in an airplane, it'll get there in 2 to 3 days. And if I ship it on the ground, it's going to take probably 4 to 7 days. Love my Starbucks. Yeah, if it's something that you really enjoy, no worries. But there's just a lot of money to be made by saving money. Do you source women's clothes? I find Lululemon without tags and without size dots, and I have no idea how to guess what size they are since they use numeric sizing and not small, medium, large, extra large. Any advice? Yeah, so I don't source a ton of women's clothing, just because there's so many more specificities to women's clothing that I don't want to learn all of them. And it's a lot easier to flip men's clothes, in my opinion. But one way is you can go to solds, and then you can see other experienced sellers that have the measurements in their listings. And then a lot of them will have large, like 36 inches, for example. And then you can measure your pants. And if they are, in the example, 36 inches, then you know that they're a large, if that makes sense. Firing another question. I hate listing clothing. I have mounds of high quality stuff. I hate it because it is time consuming. Any tips on what you do? Yeah. So I've been doing this for 20 months, and I knew that clothing was readily available and sold decently well, but I stayed away from it for the first 16 months. I've only been selling clothing for like 4 or 5 months, and here I am making multiple videos about it on YouTube. But yeah, I don't like listing clothing either. The listing process is a bit longer than it is. It's way longer than it is for like remotes and controllers and small electronics, but you just got to do it. I do a good amount of clothing items per day, and I also have my employee lists 14 items a day for me, and she only does clothing. So that's one way to do it. But no, just come up with a system that works really well, that you can pump them out. And honestly, the hard reality of it is it's always going to suck. So you just got to be disciplined and do it. I am not a morning person, but I have forced myself to just get up every morning. I thought that it would become easier physically over time. I've been getting up around 6 o'clock every day for the last like 6 months. And it is still just as hard today as it was 6 months ago physically, but it has gotten slightly easier mentally, because I've just told myself it's what I do and it's who I've become. PU in the SKU. Hi, Jake. Do you create your listings or does your employee? Yeah, I do the majority of the listings, and then she just does a few. So I have 2,100 items, and I've sold over 6,000. And so of those, and I have like 300 and 250 in a draft bank. So of those 9,000 items, she has done about 70, and I've done 9,000. Put in the SKU. Yeah. Not sure what you're saying. How do you deal with rejection doing door-to-door sales? Oh man, you just sorry. Don't click away. My dog is ringing the bells to go outside. I will be back in 46 seconds or less. Actually, I'll probably be back in like 16 seconds. Boom. Did anyone time me? What did I get? Oh, wow. I'm surprised. There were 78 people when I left. And when I came back, there's 79. Wow. Thanks for not clicking away, guys. Let me know if anyone timed me. I want to know what my time is. But it says here, how did you deal with rejection doing door-to-door sales? You just get over it, unfortunately. Like, I don't know. So before my 5 years of door-to-door sales, I also served a mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And I talked about Jesus to people and would get rejected all day long for 2 years. Then I came home, I did door-to-door sales for 5 years and got rejected all day long talking about pest control. And now I'm on YouTube and people like kind of reject me and say that I'm like dumb or stupid or whatever. And it just doesn't affect me. I don't know what it is. I don't really have like concrete advice on how to deal with that just because it's never been an issue for me. But I think it comes with developing a deep like self-worth and confidence in yourself. If you know you're all right and if you like yourself, it doesn't matter if other people reject you or don't like you. I'm worried about that service, not happy about it, really. I don't know what you're talking about. Are you talking about list perfectly? I'm not sure what you're talking about, if you want to clarify that. Most cases, it is a spending problem rather than an income problem. No wants versus needs, no assets versus liabilities. Yep. When it comes to finance, a lot of times we're already making enough money. We're just spending too much of it. My dog, we might have to end this early because my dog is being very uncharacteristic and just having a really hard time right now. But I'm going to try to keep this going if I can get her to relax a little bit. Come on, puppy. I don't know what's going on with you. Bella says, what's been your best sell so far this year? Mid-year review. I think the best sell I had this year, I sold a baseball bat that I bought at a yard sale for $2, and I sold it for like $750. So that was a freaking dope sell. It was a Louisville Slugger carbon composite. I can't remember the model number, but it was obviously a really desirable one. So that was a really good sell. 1 foot flipper. If you hate clothes, you don't have to sell clothes. I don't sell clothes at all. Yep. Clothing is easy to find, but the sell through sucks. Like it just it's pretty bad, you know, like even decent clothing brands has a slow sell through rate because it's so readily available. There's obviously there's obviously items within brands that sell super fast, but like a lot of people hate selling on eBay because they strictly do clothes, and clothes have a historically super slow sell-through rate. Put on top of that, your listings aren't the best, your titles aren't the best, you don't have the best shipping policies. And yeah, eBay, if I only did clothes and I didn't try to get better every single day, I would hate selling on eBay too, because man, oh man, is it tough to just list 30 really low-end shirts every single day and only sell one. That would suck. Love it. I'm just going to tell myself this will always suck, so just do it when listing clothes. Yep, you just got to do it. That's the way it is. Do you think you'll go to any reseller conferences in the future? I mean, yeah, if I'm invited. I just barely started my YouTube journey, so a lot of bigger YouTubers have been reaching out to me, which is really cool. It's very, very humbling and really awesome. But yeah, if I'm invited to those things, I'll probably go to them. Do you support Pride people? Oh yeah, I am surprised that it took this many lives to start getting political and moral questions. Yeah, I believe that every person is a person. I believe that we all have accountability and can make our own decisions. And so we need to do what's best for ourselves. I talk about it like in business and eBay all the time. Sometimes there's a better way to do something or a not so good way to do something, but you have to make your own decision as a person. Whether you think that people that are gay or things like that is a better decision or a worse decision, it's not up to you. It's up to the person individually. I myself am not, but I honestly think that people are beautiful and that they should do whatever they think is best for them. Sometimes I think doing what you think is best for yourself isn't always the best option, but you have to come to your own realization of what you do as a person. And yeah, I am a pro person of people deciding who they are and what they want to do. Anyone else have the dog stepping on inventory you're trying to sort problem? LOL. Yeah, all my inventory is up on racks, so no issues here. Fun fact, I worked with Terminix for years, branch 1 and 2 certified rodent, bugs, and termite control. Huge bucks in rodent and termite control. Yep. I sold 4 Terminix for 2 years in Columbus, Ohio. Good time. The ground advantage taking longer. Yeah, it's going to be cheaper. It's also going to be longer because it's on a car, not a plane. Sounds like rejection could also be seen as a numbers game, like rejection is built in and you have to have so much in order to score. Exactly. I talk about this on my channel a lot, and I'll continue to talk about it. If you have a 1% success rate in business, you're above average. And if you can somehow get to 2%, you'll be a trillionaire. So when people do, so like example on eBay, like I've had, I think 10 million impressions this month, and I don't have 10 million sales. I don't even have 10,000 sales. I might have, nope, I don't have 1,000 either. I think I'm around like 700 per month or something like that. So like that's 1% or less. So like it's important to, like rejection is okay. So in baseball, for example, if you can hit 25% of balls that come at you from professionals, you're good enough to play in the MLB. You won't play a lot, but you're good enough to be on the team. If you hit 30%, you can sign a $15 million contract. If you can hit 35, you're an all-star. And if you can hit 40%, you're a superstar generational talent. That like the generational superstar talents miss more times than they hit. Significantly more times than they hit. It's wild. So it's like, rejection's okay. It's part of success. If you so like in door-to-door sales, I would get like a decent door-to-door salesman. If you talk to 60 people, you should have 1, maybe 2 sales. If you're just starting out, sometimes you have to talk to 100 people. But even if you're getting 1 sale out of 100 people, you're killing it. So rejection's okay. You just got to keep going. I'm actually surprised with the small amount of haters that I have on this channel. I thought I would have significantly more by now. There's a couple rumblings from other bigger sellers that don't have the highest opinions on me, but I don't care. I literally could care less. Hey, Jake. Hey, Bell Resells. Hey, I love to see the community already forming that you guys, I don't know if you guys have known each other through other resellers' lives and things like that. But if you guys have met through my channel and are talking to each other in my feed, that's awesome. I love it. Thank you for the self-confidence motivation. Podcast is going to be great. Found that airplane mode has helped with focus and listening, especially with ADHD. What has helped you focus while listening? Thank you so much. Your comments are always great and your questions are awesome. Especially with ADHD, what has helped you focus when listing? So I've had ADHD my whole life. It's something that I could take medication for, but I don't, because I kind of view my ADHD as like this superpower where I'm able to do a lot of things at the same time. And if I can just achieve a certain level of focus, it becomes like this superpower for me. But it's been a long process in the making to get to the point where I would call ADHD an advantage. One thing that I do is this. These 2 fingers right here, dude, while I'm listing, my offhand, my 2 fingers are just moving back and forth. Or I play with my ring a lot. My leg is always moving. I don't know if you guys can tell. It's been really hard to do these lives sometimes because I usually have something that makes noise. And I've been doing my best to not make these noises. But for me, I just put aside time that I say, this is when I list, and I just get it done. No matter how much it sucks, no matter how much I want to do something else, I'm just disciplined enough to say, for this 30 minutes, for this 90 minutes, for these 2 hours, I'm listing and doing nothing else. And once I'm done, I can do whatever I want. That's probably the biggest tip for me to get listings done with ADHD. We got 1 foot flipper in the house today. Yeah, we sure do. Cool guy. One Foot is up in here. Yeah, a lot of people are enjoying One Foot Flipper here. We actually kind of spoke for the first time today. I talked about him in my last live, and then he said someone told me that they found him through that live. So we chatted back and forth for a minute. It's good to see him here. I think if the anti-clothing people realized how easy the shipping is, they would change their tune. Yeah, it's super easy to ship clothing, which is a big benefit. I didn't know about J-Ride until yesterday, and he and I are apparently the rookies of the year in this space. Yep, they were talking about that today. Shipping is so easy. Yep, if you take the time to learn anything, it becomes easy. And by easy, I mean simple. Sometimes, if you just learn how to do things, your life gets so much simpler. Flipping from the trailer says, hi, how you doing? Doing great, living the dream. Get to talk to people about selling things online on YouTube, and people actually listen to what I say. It's awesome. Shut up. Okay. I gave my grandma Travis Scott Lowe's. She has heat now. It's great. Oh, sweet. Thank you so much. That one guy, awesome name, just became a member of the channel. I really hope you like the podcast tomorrow and the other benefits that come with the channel. Do you source bulk online through third-party liquidations or wholesales, or hand select all items, whether at the thrift or online? Yep, I hand pick all of my items. I do that through garage sales and thrift stores, and I've also learned how to do it online as well. But my wife just got off work, so I'm going to go ahead and call her in a second. I'm just going to get through the end of these questions that we already have, and then I'll give her a call. But thank you guys so much for coming out. One Foot Flipper, you and Jake are my favorite rookie channels. LOL. Hey, thanks so much. I'm in love with an emo girl. Do you like Blink-182? That was my favorite emo band back in the day. Not a super huge fan of like the screamo stuff. Pierce the Veil was okay, a few songs, but forget rookie channels. One Foot Flipper is the best channel, period. That's awesome. Yeah, he's a really, really good channel. I'm an international super spy. It's good for you. Question, do you source at Goodwill bins? Why or why not? Yeah, I do every once in a while. I have one that's 2.5 hours away and one that's 4 hours away. I go to the Goodwill bins about once or twice a month. Hey, bud, enjoy your content. Can you alter priority boxes? Example, taking 2 smaller priority tubes and altering them to ship baseball bat. Yeah, you can, but that's significantly more expensive. USPS, I ship all of my baseball and golf ball, my baseball bats and my golf clubs via UPS ground. But yeah, you can do that. There's a certain YouTuber couple that is turning me off more by the day. I'm Irish though, so it could be me, LL. I mean, some people are just harder to listen to. Some people are easier to listen to. It just comes down to personal preference. You can listen to anybody you want, and you can stop listening to anybody who you want, but you already know that. I don't do clothes because they are too hard to source with my disability. Clothings are much easier for you young, fit people. Yep. It's sometimes it's just a young man's game, but I really appreciate everything that you do for the reseller community. It's very inspirational. I can ship an item parcel select ground from Vermont to California in 3 days delivered from Vermont to Tennessee takes 4 or 5 days delivered. I just think it depends on which state going to can vary. Yep. It also some places at USPS or UPS are better than others. So sometimes a small town in a certain state will ship it slower or don't have as clean of processes as other states or cities. That was very nice advice about rejection. I've met some new resellers through your live. Shout out to y'all. I love the reselling community as I don't have support at home. Yeah, that's really awesome. I love that I'm able to help other people become comfortable with rejection because it is one of the biggest components of entrepreneurship. And yeah, I love that I'm able to provide a place where other people can meet. That's awesome. No, just through you. Bill has some good content too. I follow all new resellers I come across because then I learn new things to look out for when I want to run my business. Good on ya. The one guy with the new membership. That's so awesome. Thank you so much. I enjoyed One Foot Flipper totally called me out as a media seller. JK, but was totally right about how hard it is to make money selling books. Yep. All these niches, there's money to make and money to lose. So clothing can be a very fun category, especially when you find cool stuff. Exactly. I just got my action camera, now waiting for my chest harnesses to come in the mail, except some content soon. Gonna do a collab already with a local YouTuber I've become friends with. That's awesome. I love it, guys. Tom has been very, very active in the chat today. Just gave a super sticker for $3. Hey, thank you so much, man. That's awesome. Jeff Fisher, J Rad. Hey, what's up, man? Nothing wrong with media. Sell what you can and what you like. Wish I knew books like you do, but that's why I watch you so I can learn more. Yep. I'm late, but finally caught alive. Thanks for all you do. I've learned it. Hey, I'm really sorry to tell you that I'm about to hop off, but thanks for coming for the last few minutes. I've learned a lot. Hey, thank you so much for that. I don't know what happened, but my sales lately have been as good as fourth chord sellers. eBay must like me. Yeah, just keep doing what you're doing. You'll get more and more sales as you get better. Congrats. All right, guys. Well, we've made it to the end of the questions. Thank you guys so much for coming out. It's been an hour. Perfect time to stop and give my wife a call. She's had a long day at work, so I'm excited to talk to her. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for everyone who signed up to be a member of the channel. The first podcast will be coming out tomorrow that I'm super excited about. I just wanted to thank everyone who comes. Even if you don't sign up for the membership, that's totally fine. Because of you guys just watching my channel, I'm able to live out one of my dreams of running a podcast and talking to people on YouTube about something that I do every day. So really appreciate everyone who comes to my lives. I really appreciate everyone who watches my videos, who buys things through my Amazon store affiliate link, all that good stuff. Thank you so much. I'm gonna hop out, talk to my wife. Thanks for helping some 27-year-old guy in Utah live out his dream. See you guys.